What's up, everybody? Mike Gibelisco here, coming to you from my studio in Seneca, South Carolina. I was just doing a little bit of recording here on my CE Winds tenor saxophone, and I was interrupted by the UPS man. I wasn't expecting him to be so early with my new toy. So in the end of last year, I had a lot of problems with my tenor, including it got knocked over, broke the neck off of it, and there's all sorts of leaks and things. It basically needs an overhaul, which was going to cost about $1,500. So I decided to go a different route, and I wanted to record the process and bring you on the journey with me. So on January the 2nd, at exactly 12:34 a.m., I ordered a tenor from China. It's called an Eastern Music tenor saxophone. Kind of had seen them on Amazon and eBay, and then reached out to a couple of my buddies down in Tampa who, oddly enough, Mike MacArthur, shout out to him, killer tenor sax player, and Jeremy Carter, again, shout out to him, another amazing tenor sax player from the Tampa area, good friends of mine. They both had ordered these, and Jeremy's been playing on them. Mike still was waiting like me to get his. It was supposed to come January the 26th. Well, today is January the 16th. So after about 2 weeks and $700 later, I'm getting a brand new tenor sax. So we'll look at it. So as I had mentioned before, the decision came, do I spend $1,500 on I mean, I love this horn, CE Winds. Shout out to Mark and Brian over at CE Winds. I think since 2011, I have been playing on this horn. It's a great looking horn. It's a great sounding horn. Here it is. Some of you see me play it. It's silver on the neck and the bell. The body is made out of a copper material, or probably just a copper plating, but a killer sounding horn, very resonant. Always loved this horn. The problem is it already had one overhaul 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and now it needs another one. So I figured I'd take a chance on this Eastern Music tenor, and we'll unbox it here very shortly. So I wanted to show you the packaging. Now, I already did open this, and then I realized I had my camera situated in the wrong way, so I turned it sideways so that it would look better on video. So I opened it up, and actually, to my surprise, there are 2 layers of cardboard inside there, and then of course you see it's more of a it's a half gig bag, half traditional case, and I'll show you here in a second because I already peeked inside. Stay tuned for more. All right, so pulling the tenor out of the cardboard, here's what we find. There's some plastic there. I got a really cool logo you'll see here in a second. Again, I got a sneak peek. I have not played it yet. I will be honest with you about that. So there's a nice big pouch up front that unzips. I bet you could put a clarinet in there. Yeah, absolutely. There's also another pouch up here. Inside this one, there's, I don't know if I'll be able to show it to you, but there's a pencil holder. Maybe you can see that. Yeah, there's a pencil holder and a place for your business cards, if you're still doing those. And on the back, there's a little nameplate. There's also these 2 straps if you want to do a backpack style case. Pretty cool. They thought of a lot of things here. Okay, so opening up the case, we'll see, again, I've already looked into it. Oh, I got it backwards. Ooh. So when we, oh, that's a satisfying sound. So was that. I love Velcro. So when we open this up, we'll see quite a few things in here. We do have, there's a reed in here. There is some cork grease. There's a nice polishing cloth with their logo on there several times. This looks like, I mean, it's a decent neck strap. I'll try it. Knowing me, though, it's probably going to be too thin. I don't want it to cut into my neck. There's a mouthpiece with a really nice mouthpiece cap that's metal and ligature that's metal, which is pretty cool for me because I need a new metal ligature. Of course, you have the neck, and then you do have the tenor itself. So the first thing I notice here is that they knew that they were going to be shipping this a long way. Like I said, it only took 2 weeks. I was very surprised. Ordered it January the 2nd at 12:34 a.m. Got it today, which is exactly 2 weeks later. They got quite a few rubber stoppers in here, which we're going to take out because right now the keys won't depress at all, which is, again, probably a good thing to make sure that for travel they thought through the fact to keep them very, very safe. So I'm going to get the rest of these out, and then we're going to hear what it sounds like with just the pads. All right, so we got all of the protector, I don't even know what you call them, little key guards that go in there to make sure nothing moved. And man, they were in there nice and tight. There was some of those wedge style. There was a few of these on the low stack, you know, the B flat, the B, and the low E flat. But let's listen. Sounds like everything's sealing. All we could do is put the neck on here and give it a go. All right, be back soon. All right, we got the neck on the tenor, and obviously the mouthpiece is on there too. I'm not sure where the intonation is on this neck. I'll have to play with it, obviously, with a tuner. It's pretty tight neck. Of course, mine, I've had that cork on there for many years, so probably just gonna have to work it in there just like this one. But without further ado, all right, I'll put this other tenor together. We can kind of A/B the difference. I think that'd be fun. All right, so I got the CE Winds tenor ready to go. Let's play the same little head there. You could tell that this thing's leaking like a sieve, so it's probably louder because I'm overblowing the leaks, but I want to go back and listen with my headphones, really get into the specifics. But I hope y'all kind of enjoyed this. I'm going to bring more videos as I practice on this horn, this Eastern music, and as I start taking it out to gigs, I'm going to bring more and more videos in case you're interested in getting a new tenor from China. All right, take care, y'all. Bye. All right, everybody, back at it here. So I was watching the video right about this video. Yes, my previous content in this video right before I was about to post it, and I realized I really didn't give an opinion, which is really unlike me. If you know me, I'm a pretty opinionated person. So today is February the 22nd. So I have been living with this new tenor for approximately 6 weeks. Couple things I do want to tell you about. After I shot the first series of videos, so that was day one, somewhere around the 16th of January, I think. If we look back in the video, we'll see that. I went out to play a gig and went to hit some of my altissimo notes. I'm a really big fan of Lenny Pickett, so I love playing altissimo notes. And noticed that the G was just not speaking very well. So I took it to my repair guy, and lo and behold, he had to adjust the octave mechanism. Once he did that, man, everything lined right up. Yeah, I was giving the thing some gas, giving it a pretty good amount of sound, and it did just kind of lock up on me a little bit. The horn kind of pushed back at me, and I missed the altissimo note. But To me, that's not a big deal because the thing shipped for 2 weeks. It was in a shipping container, bumping around, the pond that we call the Atlantic Ocean. So I think it came that way. I don't know. Maybe it went the Pacific Ocean. Who knows? But the point is, that's all that was wrong with the instrument. I gladly looked at my repair guy and said, here's $30. Thanks so much for fixing the horn up for me. Since then, probably played, I don't know, 2-3 hours a week, maybe 4 hours a week practicing, plus 2 to 3 gigs. Actually, last week I think I had like 6 gigs last week. So lots of performances. I've gotten a lot of compliments, not only, aesthetically, the thing is pretty in this black nickel, but it sounds great. My peers who are professional trumpet players, trombone players, sax players, rhythm section guys have all complimented me on the horn and the sound I'm getting from it. Couple things I want to note. So first of all, I really like this tenor. Let's just put that out there. Couple things that are very specific. I didn't have to do too much changing in my embouchure. The intonation of the horn it's pretty spot on. One thing I did notice is the key height is a little bit lower than the tenor I had been playing on for 10 years. So that took me a little adjusting. Nothing wrong with the instrument. It was just me. I had gotten in such a habit of, playing a horn that was a little more open. So good thing about that is it actually made me have to slow everything down, which is good to do anyway, and go back through and really work on technique and facility. And lo and behold, it helped me have some quicker chops, actually, playing some faster licks because, naturally you're closer to the keys if the key height is not as big. So that's one thing of note. What else? I feel like whether I'm playing the bottom end or the altissimo end, it's very even throughout the horn. One thing I do want to talk about, kind of the elephant in the room. So there's not one saxophone out there that is going to make you an amazing saxophone player. Okay, this is just a piece of metal. Just like a Selmer is just a piece of metal, or the CE Winds that I was playing on, or a Yamaha student model horn. It's just metal with a mouthpiece and a reed. The music, the musician is you, the person. It comes from inside of you. So I wanted to just touch on that a little bit. I've got some really killer buddies around here that are phenomenal sax players. Like my buddy Evan Jacoby, great alto player. I'm not sure if he plays tenor, but Chris Mitchell plays alto and tenor. Peter Demery, these guys are great players. Plus the guys I mentioned down in Florida, Mike MacArthur, Jeremy Carter, and there's a ton of other great players down there as well. But if they pick up, including myself, if I pick up a student Yamaha, a YA or YTS 23, or if it was an alto, a YAS 23, I'm still gonna play great. That's the truth. In fact, I did have to play a student tenor about 2 years ago when my other horn was in the shop, and I got through the gig. And not only did I get through the gig, but I played great. So the difference between a student horn and a pro horn like this is going to be how easy is it and how comfortable are you on that instrument, being yourself and expressing yourself. Things like ergonomics, better resonators, things like that do make a difference, but it's not going to take you from a horrible player to an amazing player. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I put in a lot of work over the years on my saxophone. So anyway, do love this horn. I also like the price point. Now, I'm not saying I like this horn only because of the price point. I'm telling you, I like this tenor, period. I also like the price point of around $700. They have different models out there. Not all of them are going to be $700. I saw some that were less, some that were a little more expensive. But the thing I thought was amazing is I could get this quality. I probably could have bought this and one to match it, or maybe one with the dark root beer lacquer or something like that, or the silver plated one, for for about the same amount of money that I would have spent to overhaul my other tenor. So I think that's just an added bonus. Not only is it an amazing playing horn, but it didn't cost me that much. So I figured I'd give you a little playing example here on the way out. Since it's been about 6 weeks since I had the horn. Let me just make sure that this reed is wet because I've been talking here a little bit. All right, so here's a little jazz standard. All right, there you go. Not my best playing, but hey, great seeing y'all on this video. Hope to see you on the next one, and happy sax playing, everybody. Make some beautiful notes. Bye-bye.